Hello, Gavin McCormack here and welcome back to Financial Fundamentals, the course that allows you to step into the world of adults and make big financial decisions in the hope that in the future it will help you to make those decisions yourself. Now this week we're stepping into the world of Aisha Patel. She is a wonderful woman. She's a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. She owns several cafes around the city and she pays herself a salary of $150,000 a year. Yes, it's a very, very good business that she has. And she's managed to save $200,000 in the bank. What a colossal amount of money. Now she's decided that the bank is not paying her enough interest for saving that money, so she wants to invest the money. She wants to invest it into property, meaning she wants to buy an apartment, a house or a building in the hope that over the next few years the property price will rise and she will make some profit on her savings, more than she would make in the bank. But she has to decide which kind of property to buy. There are three options ahead of her. First option is the option of buying an apartment in the city. Now apartments are very small, they're very pokey, they're very, very confined, and they're very, very expensive because they're in the city. They're close to all the shops, the cafes, the restaurants, the supermarkets, and they're very, very convenient, meaning you get a small space for a large amount of money. The second property choice she has is buying a house with a bit of a garden and some land and bigger space and more bedrooms. But the downside of the second choice is it's not in the city. It's not close to the cafes, it's not close to the restaurants, it's not close to the supermarkets. It's what we call suburban, meaning it's out of town, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes away from the city centre, but the house price is significantly cheaper for the amount of space she's going to get. And the third option she has is, you guessed it, a beachfront condo, meaning a house right on the water, right on the beach, watching the sunset every evening with a beautiful ocean lapping as she goes to sleep every single night. But the catch is, with this whole scenario, is that Aisha is not buying this property to live in. This is what we call an investment property. She already has a house. The house she's about to buy is so she can rent it to somebody else. She's going to buy a place and then put it up for rent, and people are going to move in. And when they move in, they're going to pay her rent every single week, and that will add to her profit. It will add to her income. This week, you have to decide which one of these properties is the right one to buy. One of them is very expensive for a small amount of space. One of them is almost as expensive, but you get more for your money. And one of them is cheaper, has a beautiful outlook, and is better scenario. You have to decide which one she should choose. But there's also another decision to think about. You see, because she's going to rent this out, which property do you think would be the most beneficial for the people moving in? Would people rather live in front of the ocean with the waves and the sunset, or would they rather live in the city centre? And which one do you think will be the most popular? Do people want to move out to the city, or do they want to go live in the beach? Or is the suburb where you've got the garden the place where everyone wants to live? She needs to buy a property that not only she can afford, but will also be very popular with the people who are renting it. And this week, this is why your decision is so difficult indeed, because in the future, when you become an adult and you own your own property and you have some savings, you will have to decide, what are you going to do with those savings? Are you going to put them in the bank where you will earn a small interest rate, or are you going to take a risk like Aisha is about to make and invest in some property to see if it comes back to pay dividends in the future? This is Financial Fundamentals. It's not meant to be easy. It's very tricky indeed, and we need you to work with your peers, with your team, with your class, with your teacher, and make a decision on Aisha Patel's behalf, because this is something you may encounter in the future. We hope you've enjoyed this week's Financial Fundamental, and we'll see you all next week.